day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet. Damn, ain't that great. I don't want to go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Oh, hold my beer for
Thank you all for being here. Hi, this is Pinkie, the housewife. Thank you everybody for being here in the Pink House this afternoon, well, this evening. I go by Pinkie on all of my channels, which is, we're going live on 2 of my channels today, Pinkie the Housewife and Pink Global. So if you have not been here to my live, I want to welcome you to the Pink House. Go ahead and hit that like button, guys. Hitting that like button keeps me in the algorithm, and it helps YouTube to recommend my videos to more people that may like my content. And they see you're liking that, liking the video. They love to see those like signs, those thumbs up. So they recommend my video to more people. And also, if you have not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit subscribe. Hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel, they're free. Don't cost a penny. But it helps my channel to get pushed out there in the algorithm. Also, I do want to say thank you guys. And this is my second channel, Pink Global. If you have not been over there, please go over there and help me to get that channel monetized. Tonight is going to be a hard discussion for us today. So I do want to start off by putting up warning graphic content and some images, and language may be hard for some. So if it is, then please, this content is not for anyone under the age of 18. If you're under the age of 18, it's not for you guys. So we're going to go ahead and get started. All right. And y'all come on in. Let me just see who all I got in here today. Hi, thank you, Citizen Bunny. Thank you for being here. Ken's clapping. Prayers to you too. Thank you. Hi, Nathan. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for being here. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. And then also BT Black Titanic. Thank you, Black Titanic, for being in the chat today. Black Titanic is a content creator, guys. She is an OG in the game. She's been through, been with doing this stuff for a long time. All right. So make sure you go over there and help support her channel because she is also a content creator. All right. She's also boots on the ground. But let's go ahead and get into it. And we're going to be talking about the Celeste story here. Celeste Rivas Hernandez, a 14-year-old girl. And I think everybody knows who she is by now. If you don't, I forgot my glasses, but that's okay. I forgot my glasses. Okay, we're actually going to be going over the documentation as well for this live, the case. And also that case, let me just, yes, case. And also today, I do want to iterate today, the autopsy and then the autopsy and the, I forgot. I left my notebook over here. Let me look at it. I threw it over there because I said, oh, I don't need the autopsy and then the, oh, Lord, autopsy and the, what's it, I forgot. I don't even know where I put it. The autopsy and was released today. The, it'll come to me. But anyway, it was released today. All right. And I did say yesterday, during my live yesterday, that we will go over the documentation. We will be doing that today. So, and this is the, let me just put it up. This is the case. It's going to be unfiltered. This is, they hid this for months. They didn't tell us nothing about this for months. But I think we as content creators and we as YouTubers, bloggers, anybody that got their own channel, everybody that's on social media, I think we figured this thing out in the very beginning. They didn't have to tell us. We knew. All right. We knew that girl didn't offer herself, like Carly B said. That girl didn't offer herself. And when voices like Carly B speaks, they get attention. And thank you, Carly B, for saying that. Also, David goes by D4VD, Anthony Burke, the full felony complaint. We're going to go over it's only 6 pages, but we're going to go over the 4 felony complaint. And plus, we're going to go ahead and talk about the autopsy and everything else. All right. And so we got a lot to cover today. So I will not be dropping my little short video today because we got a lot to cover. We're going to go ahead and get into it now. Just like I did earlier, this is some graphic content, okay, and pictures. So if your stomach can't take it, please disengage now. All right. So the first thing, let me just bring up a bit. Oh, let me just say this first. I'm sorry. We're going to have a video that I want to bring up so y'all can get a chance to hear the autopsy report. All right. But we will be going into the documentation, the case. So I'm going to go ahead and lead with that. But since I'm not going to do a funny video or an eye-popping video, I'll let one of a video on the case be our beginning video, should I say then, after careful thought, thinking about it. Given that the medical report was just released today, which is April 22nd, Wednesday. So remember that date. He got arrested on Monday, the 20th. And tomorrow, I do want to let you know there will be a preliminary hearing tomorrow, which is Thursday. Y'all hear me? We got courtroom, guys, courtroom tomorrow. Preliminary hearing tomorrow, Thursday. You know, I'm going to be ready to hear it. Yes, I am. And I don't know whether, how they're going to do it, but just be ready. Okay. Everybody in my chat, just be ready. Okay. Let me pull my mic a little closer for me. Make sure y'all hit that like button. I'm counting on you all to hit that like button for me. Okay. And let me go to this. Oh, let me just show you this. So this is the report here. I do have the whole report, guys. I got it right there. So all 6 pages, we're going to go over that. And then we're going to talk about the, I got the pictures of the autopsy. Yeah, so we're going to go through that too, okay? But that's going to be just a little later. Let me go ahead and bring up this video for you. Okay, we're going to start with a visual. That means we're going to do that video so we can get a close-up of what's going on, okay? We're going to talk about the timeline and everything. We're going to get into everything. We're going to get into the details. The several month gaps between when they found the body, the finding of the remains of the body, whichever you want to say, September 8, 2025, and then the formal charges that he received because he was arrested on Monday the 20th. The formal charges. We're going to talk about those today. Also, we're going to highlight that the medical examiner determined the cause of the death back in December of 2025, but it was sealed until this morning. Now, remember what my title was? Let me put it back up here. They hid this for months. Case, that's the last 4 digits of the case number, and it's unfiltered. Yeah, they hid this from us for months. All right. So let me go ahead and finish up. Okay. We're going to go through the specific counts. First degree murder continues with the XES abuse or SA of a child under 14 and unlawful mutilation of human remains. That's gruesome. Gruesome. Now, this is going to be gruesome, guys. I just want to warn you about that. This is not going to be an easy life. It's going to be gruesome. Gruesome, guys. So I hope you all can take it. I hope you, if you can't, you know what I said. Just, I hope you can take it because I'm not holding back. I'm going to just give you everything that I got coming out. All right. I had to breathe on that one. We're going to point out the specific circumstances, line and weight, what they said in the documentation. And remember, I mentioned that yesterday when I read over the charges for him, line and weight. He called her over and he laid, that's called, like he just sitting back waiting on her to get there. Unaliving of a victim. Should I say unaliving of a witness, because she was a witness and unalive for financial gain, for his financial gain. Okay. And then we're going to discuss the prosecution claim that the unaliving was committed to protect a lubricant, his career. Because he didn't want to lose everything. If she went public with their relationship, everything else just going to fall down like a domino. Okay, so we're going to cross-reference April the 23rd, which is a disappearance, with the facts. It was the same day the tour tickets was on pre-sale. Now, hear that, guy? You hear that? Same day. So we're going to cross-reference the April the 23rd, 2025 with the disappearance. Like I said, the disappearance. With the fact that it was the same day his tour tickets went on pre-sale. Like I told you, I'm going to lay out the timeline. I'm just going to give it to you. And We'll break it up later, but I'm going to give it to you. Okay? I'm going to read the statements from his legal team if I have time. Also, but he got a, let me see, is that one, two, is that one? Blair, Burke, Merlin, Regina Peters, claiming the evidence will show he was not the cause of death. I'm not going to say nothing on that. I'm not going to say a word on that he is not the cause of death. I'm not going to say nothing. Okay? Because we're going to, y'all going to see. I don't even have to say a word. Hi, Linda Gamble. Thank you for being here. Linda Gamble is the moderator, guys, for Pinkie the House, for Pink Global, and also helping out as moderating for Pinkie the Housewife Israel. Thank you for showing up, Linda. I'm so happy to see you, and I hope you're getting well. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get and respect the host, the panelists in the chat, please, and thank you. Y'all, go ahead and make sure if you have not hit the like button, go ahead and hit it because we're getting ready to get started right now. Right now. So put a 1 in the chat if you're ready because we're getting ready to get started. All right. Let me go ahead and bring up this first video for you all. Oh, okay. This first one is going to be with, let me see, it's going to be with TMZ. Let me make sure I still got it. Because it's with TMZ. I got it somewhere around here. Oh, Lord, don't tell me. I always put, no, I don't have it. Here it is. Okay. You know, TMZ. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll start with this one here first. Okay? It's not long. This is a lie that, until I pull up the one from TMZ. This is, let me just see. I thought I had it sitting here. That's what I get for running off so quickly. TMZ, here it is. Okay. I'm just getting ready to give it to you guys. This is, when I say this is gruesome, guys. Okay, here it is. Let me make sure I got the right one because you've got several of them up here. Let me see. David Case. No. There's one particular one I'm looking for. I'm going to have to, let me just do it this way. Okay. Excuse me, guys. I'm trying to get it pulled up. Okay. Okay. Let me see if this is the one. Yes, it is. Okay. Y'all ready? All right. Now, this is not that long. It's only 13 minutes and 10 seconds long. All right. And I'm going to try to put this caption on so you all can see what's going on. Okay, I'm going to try to so you all can see everything. All right, you're all ready. Okay, I'm ready to go ahead and get started. Like I said, this live is just going to be devoted to everything. This information will be down in the description box or of my video. It got actually, and I just pulled it up. I'm making sure it's 2 hours ago. This says 2 hours ago. Okay, 2 hours ago. And make it big so you can see it. And this was a live that they did. I didn't mean to bring that out. That's the papers. That's the first copy of David case. Okay, so that's what that is. I'll bring that up a little later. I clicked on the wrong one. Okay, here it is. Okay. All right, guys. Because this was a live chat, so that's why y'all see that. All right. Let me just do this here so I won't forget. So here we go, guys. This is David. This is from TMZ podcast. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. It's very short, 13 minutes and 10 seconds. They're going to talk about the gruesome details, okay? So if you can't take it, this is not for anybody under age below 13, okay? I mean 18 and younger. What did I say, 13? I'm thinking about Celeste. Prayers go out to, and rest in peace, Celeste. Here we go, guys. Put one in the chat if you can hear it.
Hi, welcome to the TMZ podcast. I'm Branson Quirk.
I'm Eric Wilson.
Eric, how you doing today?
Busy day.
Really, it is.
Fighting for my life out there in the newsroom. A lot of stories going on, a lot of different stories going on of a very wide array of, seriousness and importance. So this one today, we're going to focus on probably the most important story of the day, which is the medical examiner has finally released the Celeste Rivas autopsy results.
I was going to say
And let me just say, autopsy and toxicology report was released. It just dawned on me when as soon as I turned them on, I'm thinking, toxicology report. Yes. So you're going to hear all of that. Okay.
I'm going to focus on this story today.
Yeah.
Just due to the seriousness of it. We don't want to bring in just, silly stories.
Yeah.
We're dealing with something like this. Well, as we know, as we had reported, David was in court this week for his preliminary hearing where he pled not guilty to all charges and he will remain in custody with no bail.
Yeah, and his attorney is still saying that he is not the cause of her death. Specifically, not the cause of her death.
Very interesting choice of words there, right? Well, now we are getting more details about the gruesomeness of Celeste Rivas's death. The medical examiner has released a chart with the different areas of Celeste's body in which she was essentially killed, with what they say is a sharp instrument.
Yeah, we should preface this graphic warning.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of very graphic details that we're going to share here. As you can imagine, obviously, we know that she was found decomposed in David's trunk of the Tesla and was mutilated. So obviously that in itself, these are those details more specifically. So again, graphic warning for everything we're about to talk about now.
But the cause of death, officially multiple penetrating injuries with unspecified objects, which allegedly are sharp objects, sharp instruments that were used. So the medical examiner details 2 penetrating wounds of the torso with smooth edges that may represent sharp force injuries. These are wounds on the upper abdomen, and they actually gave details, which again, they're horrific, 3 to 4 inch length and 1.5 inches deep. And there was also an injury to her liver. There was a penetration to the liver, and there was also a wound in the left of the chest, which was about 2 inches deep and penetrated I don't want to say this correctly, intercostal, is that correct? Intercostal space and damaged adjacent ribs. There was a use of the word may, though, by the medical examiner, and Harvey believes that the prosecution or the defense will jump on that. The word may, which means that they're not technically conclusive, is what they may fight that.
Yeah. Which, I mean, again, and just to go into kind of the state of her body when they found her and why they're probably saying may and why they may not actually know, they say that the body was severely decomposed, head partially skeletonized with an absent left eye. So if we're to the point where we can see, obviously.
Now, let me just say this. When they talk about the absence of the left eye, for some reason, on the left side of her body, I don't know. For some reason, she got 2 fingers on the left side, the ring finger and the baby finger missing. Her left eye missing. I'm not going to tell you where my mind went when I heard the left eye and 2 fingers on the left side, the ring finger and the pinky finger. Why would he want to keep those? Why would they be missing? Why would you take out the eye in the first place? That's the question. Why would you be cutting off those fingers in the first place? You see what I'm saying? You've done enough to the body. So why do that? And you can see it in the diagram here. The one that's on the picture from the autopsy report. You see it, the 2 fingers on the left hand. And then they're pointing to the eye, the left eye missing. Oh my God, that's gruesome. You got to be a 6 demon to do something like this. But when you're a demon, it's normal to you. It's not sick. That's just normal behavior.
The skin has deteriorated and it's just skeleton. Again, that's a lot of loss of the flesh and the muscle, kind of showing where an object may have been inserted or whatever it might be.
Go back a little so you can hear that eye part. Okay.
So if we're to the point where we can see, obviously the skin has deteriorated and it's just skeleton. Again, that's a lot of loss of the flesh and the muscle, kind of showing where an object may have been inserted or whatever it might be. So that's kind of what they were dealing with. There was also a toxicology report. One report, presumptive positive for methamphetamine and MDMA. Another screening, the methamphetamine was inconclusive and the MDMA was not detected. So some confusing details there as well.
First of all, she's too young to be doing drinking or drugs. She's a child. Somebody have to give a child that. She have to get it from somebody. I doubt if because she's not old enough to buy alcohol. I don't know what kind it was. And she's not old enough to be buying, what. So she had to get it from somebody. Just saying.
As well as possible alcohol in the system.
Yeah.
But they said that the possible alcohol present, but did not contribute to the death.
Yeah.
So
they also said that her left ring and pinky fingers were amputated. And then the right pinky finger, the right pointer finger, where she had a tattoo that said "shh," that was still intact.
Both shared.
Yes,
they both had.
And that was something
tattoos.
that was on the missing poster as well, describing that tattoo. So
that part sticks out to me the most, a little bit. The fact that he amputated her finger.
Yeah.
With the tattoo on it, like what?
No, the tattoo finger with the tattoo was left on her.
It was left on her.
Yeah.
Okay, that too. That sticks out.
Yeah.
something eerie about that whole situation.
Yeah, that he would,
in the way he did.
You would think he would take the finger if he allegedly took these fingers or kept them, or maybe they just got lost in the process of moving her body. Who knows? That he would take the one that had some sort of sentimental value, as weird as that is. Again, the remains were found in a black body bag and and a black trash bag inside of David's Tesla. According to prosecutors, David allegedly murdered Celeste on April 23rd, 2025, with a sharp instrument, dismembered her body weeks later, and then the bag was kept in the Tesla frunk for 4 months.
So what was his plan, do you think? So if he did this, which they're alleging, and he places these bags in his Tesla, what was the plan? Just leave it in there and hope nobody finds it?
I have no idea, because
Tesla was abandoned.
Well, it was only there for like 2 weeks when they found it. So that means somebody was driving it around with her in the trunk, in the front trunk. And yeah, what was the plan? Was he driving that around all summer? Like, how did that not smell? I don't understand. But they're saying that it was in the trunk for 4 months.
Yeah.
How was it in there for 4 months and nobody smelled anything?
Yeah.
Where was he parking that?
Yeah. And they say that he waited 2 weeks after the killing to cut her up. And they also zeroed in on that Santa Barbara trip, which allegedly that's where he did it. They believe that he went out to Santa Barbara in the middle of the night. And these Teslas, they have cameras. They have
That's
sensors.
The other thing. You would think they'd be more clear with that evidence as well.
I'm telling you, because when I got into a car crash, I didn't even have my USB plugged in.
Is it possible, though, if you know that footage is there, you can go back and delete it as the owner?
You cannot. You can delete it in your app, but you can't. I don't know anything about the database of Tesla. I don't know what they're keeping in the database. Yeah. All I know is that there was car crash footage in my phone, even when I didn't particularly save it, and didn't even know it was there. So yes, Teslas are always recording, which that's what I believe is a big part of this case that they just haven't released yet, and we'll find out more. I believe that's why they are so concrete about a date like April 23rd, 2025.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because they have evidence to back it up. They have
to have other stuff where if they have these specific dates and they know the May date and all that stuff.
And Nathan sounded very confident in that.
I'm just confused by the 4 months in the frunk thing. I don't know if I feel like that.
Let me just say something, guys. He just brought up that April 23rd date, and they keep talking about that April 23rd date. Remember, I just said earlier at the beginning of my live that the cross-reference that April 23rd date, 2025, with the disappearance, with the fact that it was the same day the tour tickets went on pre-sale. But they keep, April 23rd comes up a lot. And we're going to, I'm reading over that with you all, that April 23rd date. So he's right, that April 23rd.
Seems improbable.
Do you believe that the case is strong enough to pin David, or do you, because Harvey talked about this on his podcast last weekend with Mark Garagos, Two Angry Men. They believe that they jumped the gun here.
Yeah.
And that could hurt them in the long run due to the way the arrest was made, and that they were kind of hurried up.
But it's possible to pick it's possible for both things to be true. They could have jumped the gun and David could have killed this girl.
Yeah.
The issue is they have one shot to get him.
Yeah.
And that's why they were waiting for more solid evidence, not medical examiners' reports that say May in them. So that's probably why he was waiting, and then finally pulled the trigger. But yeah,
we do have details as well about David's life in jail right now.
Yeah. Wait, let me just say this: it does say May a lot. May could mean May could happen, May this, or May could not happen, or May. You know, when you ask a person a question, may, maybe, or may, or they're not saying yes or no. A confirmed answer may comes up a lot. But yes, let's hear about David's life in jail right now.
Again, he's not on any bond, so he cannot be released. The details are he's being held in a segregated single.
I want to make sure I hear this.
We do have details as well about David's life in jail right now.
Yeah.
Again, he's not on any bond, so he cannot be released. The details are he's being held in a segregated single cell. The facility, up to 5,600 inmates. I imagine he's segregated. Like he's away from everybody, isolated.
I mean, he's escorted to the shower every other day. He gets a phone call on shower days. His rec time is limited to 3 hours per week, and he has no contact with any other inmates during rec time.
No television access, no visitors allowed, no money on jail account, which they call books. Facility conditions are described by one source as dirty and smells wild. And if he did this, then I'm glad he's in there, to be honest with you. But my thing, and everybody's probably commenting about this as well, I see it all the time, is why did it take so long to get him? I mean, it's been how many months?
That's what I said. They were building the case.
They were building the case, but you'd think that they would have had enough by now, months ago, to pick him up.
Right.
So is this a situation where prosecutors and the LA, whoever was working on this, were not working together in the right way? Because remember what he said yesterday, we talked about this, that they were in
that's possible, but
working together.
They're denying any split.
Well, of course they're going to deny it. They're going to deny that, but I believe that there was possibly some misruns in this.
Well, if you believe it, it must be true.
I'm just saying. I'm just talking about what everybody else is thinking. It took way too long.
Yeah, no, I agree. Celeste's family did make it a statement, though they were supposed to make a statement outside the courthouse, but obviously going through that emotionally draining, so they decided not to. But they did eventually release a statement. They said they would like to thank the Los Angeles Police Department and the District Attorney's Office for their hard work. We would also like to thank the people of Lake Elsinore for all their support. Celeste was a beautiful, strong girl who loved to sing and dance. Every Friday night was movie night, and we spent wonderful times together. We love her very much. She was always told us that she loved us. We miss her deeply. All we want is justice for Celeste, and we all want that.
There also is video. We played these this morning, which I have to bring up again just because it is very eerie to see. These are allegedly taken, these TikToks by David, just days after he allegedly killed Celeste Rivas. So he's in these videos singing along to his songs. He's got a new album dropping. He's twerking. He has zero emotion in a way where I thought this guy killed somebody a few days before. I mean, look at him. He's smiling. If he did this is 100% depiction of a psychopath right here. Someone
more than a psychopath. He is this is like a demon, glorified demon, celebrating what he's celebrating. Remember, demons walk in human skin too. And he probably already sold his soul, just allegedly. But he's depicting that everything is great, grandiose. Remember, narcissists, yes, that's one of the things of a narcissist. They love grandiose. Everything is grand. I'm me. I'm this. I'm that. The world moves to me and everything like this. And you got to bow down to me. He's not even thinking about that girl, what he did. Or allegedly, he's innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Okay? I do want to say that. And allegedly. But he is depicting to be looking like a psychopath. But raising his hands up like he's praying and all this, dropping down to his knees and twerking and all this sort of stuff, like he ain't got a care in the world. And the child is unalive.
who has zero emotion in there, inside of them.
Yeah, I mean, I think,
there's
no allegedly.
That's what I want everybody to look at. Let me take this down so y'all can see this cut on his hand. See that? Allegedly. That can be a cut, that can be a marker again. But days after the girl is gone, what is this here? What is, I don't want to mark on my hand. What is this here all about? Going across here. Is that a cross with a red marker? Was that a cut or what? Y'all tell me, what do you think that is? Come on, guys. I know y'all got opinions. Come on, I want to hear your opinions. What do you all think that is all about? I know y'all got opinions on that.
In there, inside of them.
Yeah, I mean, I think, there's no allegedly needed. This guy is a weirdo.
And the internet sleuths had brought these up a long time ago before we did. Obviously, there was nothing concrete yet, so we couldn't speak about it. But all of this is just horrific to look at.
Yeah.
Anything else, Eric, on this? I know there are updates that continue to come in.
Yeah, no, that was the biggest one. It was the medical examiner's report, which the full report obviously is on our website, tmz.com, along with the photos from the report. So you can see exactly if you care to look at that, where these wounds were, and and where the actual cutting up was. I don't really care to share all that right now here.
Yeah.
So definitely check out the website to learn the full details of the report.
Let's get to the comments.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull up the comments here. Kat David says, lock his whole team up. There's no way they didn't know. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. There's too many people. And remember this, they had a house here in Los Angeles where a bunch of people were coming in and out of that house, and that's where the Tesla was found.
Yeah.
So I really do hope that they find out there were other people involved in this and that there also is justice for that, because like you said, somebody was driving this Tesla around for some time. And I don't believe that it was David doing that. It could have been someone close to him trying to help him out. Noah says evil monster, 100%. David Horse, justice for Celeste. Yeah, I mean, we're all very happy that finally something is being brought to the table here.
Yeah.
Nixter says tomorrow makes exactly 1 year. April, wow, I didn't even think about that. April 23rd, 2025. That's tomorrow.
Damn.
Whole year. Bissy Ashley says he clearly took efforts to conceal her body. It doesn't take much true crime to know how he attempted to do this. Truly.
I mean,
but you have to build a case.
And then, you have to build a case, and also the breadcrumbs are everywhere. So hopefully they just pick up the right ones.
I think it's going to be quick. And like you said a couple days ago, that they are speeding this along. His team is getting this to trial right away,
because they hope that there are holes in the like this May in the report.
It's the fastest preliminary hearing I've seen in a long time. From an arrest, only a couple days later.
Especially
on Monday.
So high profile.
Right. Noah, final comment here.
You know what I want to say about that? The reason why I think it's the fastest preliminary hearing, and the other guy said because he's famous or whatever, high profile. But I think the reason why he want to hurry up and get through this, because I don't think he can handle it. David can handle being in prison. And he ain't going to he's going to the big house. The big house. Yes. And yes, I'm just glad that because my target ear has been right on him. And anybody that helped him, they need to go down too. So come on, little rats, all y'all little demon rats in the corner. It's time to start coming on out. It's time to start. You want to save yourself? You better give it on up. You better tell them everything that we need to know. Oh, okay. So, guys,
the only thing I'm worried about is the fact that the medical examiner found drugs in her system. David's team is going to try to say it was an OD. Absolutely. That's definitely what they're probably working on right now.
For sure.
Yeah. So any more comments here, Tony? Nope. No more comments. Good. Well, thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We'll be back here tomorrow with more updates. Thank you.
Okay, guys, let's hope you all took information off that, what they had to say, because they gave us a lot of information. Yes, they did. A lot of information that we didn't know before. All right. So let's go ahead and let me just do this. A lot of information that we didn't know, but we know now. Let me see. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and read over the documentation first, the docs, and then because they're only 6 pages, and really not even 6 pages. It's just y'all see. I would say If you add it all up, about 4 pages, really. And the rest of it is just look at this and just see this, okay? So we're going to go ahead and do that. Read over those pages. But I'm glad we got a chance to see the TMZ report. And this is on the podcast, their TMZ podcast, that the medical examiners reported for 14-year-old Celeste. Okay? And remember, this was unsealed until just recently. It was just, well, the medical report, the medical examination and the toxicology was, it's been sealed since until today, April 22nd, which is today. But the felony complaint, we got that yesterday. So we've been, not yesterday, was it Monday? Let me just check, because I got it. That was on the 20th. That was on Monday. So we got that one because that says April the 20th, 2026. Singer David charged with capital unaliving a 14-year-old girl. So that's the complaint. And we went over a little of that complaint. Let me just show you. We went over this portion of it yesterday. Let me just bring it up for you. And then we're going to go ahead to the documentation. So we went over this yesterday here. The victim's decomposed and dismembered remains found in David's vehicle that is registered in his name. And you can see David's mugshot here. Now, I read over all this for you all. I'll give you all, I'll probably do a little short just to accumulate that and the rest of the stuff I have, but I'm going to go ahead and we're going to start on it, the rest of it right now. Okay, let me bring up the first page. I'm going to go page by page, although I have the 4 pages of everything. Let me just get this out of my way. Some things I need to just move it back. Okay, yeah. Let me bring up the first page for you all. Okay, that's the first page. Let me just get it. So, give me one. This is the felony complaint. This is the full. Let me just say this is for y'all. No, this is the full complaint. Felony complaint. Extremely direct. It tells it's going to tell you exactly what they are getting to, what they said, what was done, the primary source of everything. And so I'm not withholding back anything. I haven't been filtering through this. I have not. I want you all to understand this here. I have not read this yet. So some of the words, I may have to adopt a new word for it. I may have to say something else in place of that word, or I may have to skip over words. So you there's certain words YouTube don't want you to say, and I'm going to be just like YouTube. I'm not going to say certain words. Okay. So I'm going to leave them out because that's what they want. That's what I have to do. Okay. Whew. Just give me 1 second. Okay. Oh, here it is. Okay. Okay, you all are ready now? I got my copy up. And if y'all have any questions, please put them down in the chat and everything. you have any questions, put them down in the chat. So we're going to go ahead and get started. This is the Supreme Court of the Supreme Court of the State of California for the County of Los Angeles. Now, let me see, can I bring that up bigger for you all? Because that may be a little too small. So I'm going to try to see, can I enlarge it for you? Is that good enough? Let's see how to do it. Oh, that takes away the top part. Okay, let's do it like this here. Okay, I'll put another one up. Okay, here we go, guys. Let me put this here. Okay. Oh, I need something to drink on that one. Let me get some of my tea first. Oh, we're getting ready to go through this. Okay, y'all ready? Put a 1 in the chat if you're ready to go, because I'm ready. Okay. Supreme Court of the State of California for the County of Los Angeles. The people of the State of California is the plaintiff, David Anthony Burke. Date of birth is on here. Oh, I'm going to just say it because it's already on here and it's already all over social media, all over everywhere. 03/28, 2005, aka D like in David, 4 B like in Victor, D. So he goes by David. D4VD. Okay. The undersigned is informed and believes that count 1. So I'm going to go over all 3 counts. This is a felony complaint. This felony complaint was filed April 20th, 2026. That was this Monday. That was 2 days ago. This felony complaint was filed. Okay. On about April 23rd, 2025, in the County of Los Angeles, the crime of unaliving. So when you see when it says murder, I'm going to just say unaliving. Okay, so I'm going to change that word for everybody. So when you see the word murder, I'm going to say unaliving. Okay, or something similar to the fact, but I'm going to change that word out, as I would do a lot of the words in here. I would change them out. Okay. But unaliving and a violation of Penal Code Section 8187A. A felony was committed by David Anthony Burke, who did unlawful and with malice forethought unalive Celeste Celeste R. They got Celeste R for Celeste Rivas. They got Celeste R, a human being. Notice, the above offense is serious. The above offense is a serious felony within the meaning of Penal Code Section 1182.7C, and a violent felony within the meaning of Penal Code Section 667.5C. Notice, upon a felony conviction for the above offense, prison custody time is to be served in state prison based upon the above felony offense, being a serious felony defined in Penal Code Section 1192.7, and or violent felony defined in Penal Code Section 667.5C, or a felony offense requiring a register as a SEX offender pursuant to Penal Code Section 290C within the meanings of Penal Code Section 1170H3. Now, y'all understand? Well, we'll get to it. Let's go ahead and go a little further. Let me make sure you all, okay, now we're going to go ahead below that, starting with the second paragraph in below, okay? It is further alleged that the unaliving of Celeste R. was intentional and was carried out by the defendant, David Anthony Burke, for financial gain within the meaning of Penal Code Section 190.2A1. It is further alleged that pursuant to Penal Code Section PC 190.2A10, that Celeste R. was a witness to a crime and was intentionally unalived because of that fact. It is further alleged that the unaliving of Celeste R. was committed by defendant David Anthony Burke, and that the defendant intentionally unalived the victim by means of lying in wait within the meaning of Penal Code Section 190.2A15. And we're going to talk about, y'all remember hearing it, lying in wait. I mentioned that in the very beginning of my line, okay? And so we're going to talk about that because you're going to hear that a lot, that word a lot. Just like the word may, you're going to hear that one a lot when it comes to her toxicology or the, what do you call it? The, I just forgot. Autopsy report, autopsy, that's what I meant to say. All right. So that's page 1. We're going to go ahead on to page 2. Let me bring page 2 up for you all so you can see it. Okay. Oh, wait. This is page 1. I don't think y'all got a chance. No, page 2 starts with count 2. Okay. Page 1, I just finished reading all of that. Okay. It's just bigger for you so you can see it. Okay. Okay. Here's count 1. So we're going to go ahead and read over. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll finish all the page 1. Oh, is that it? Okay. Okay, that's 1. Sometimes I be wondering, do I put all these things in order like they should be? Okay, here it is. I see it. I see what I did. Because I put it out. Okay, I see how I did it. Hey, family. Hey, BT Black Titanic. She's back. She's back, guys. Black Titanic is in the house. Y'all sure some love. It's just getting in here. So we're going to go ahead and start with the we're going to start right here where it says, is it further alleged? Okay, right up under here. Let me see. No, I'm trying to get the right one for you. Oh, well, don't tell me. I got it backwards. Okay, that's page 1, count 1, and I just read over count 1. So I should be on count 2. Oh gosh, y'all got to understand when I be putting these things in here. Okay, here it is, count 2. Okay. But there's one little paragraph before that I'm going to read right here at the bottom. Okay, there's one little paragraph at the bottom that you all right here. Okay, and then I'm going to switch to page 2 because we'll be right on track. We'll be following along correctly then. It is further alleged that the commission and attempted commission of the above offense The said defendant, David Anthony Burke, personally used a deadly and dangerous weapon or weapons to lift sharp instrument. Said use not being an element of the above offense within the meanings of Penal Code Section 12022B1 and causing the above offense to be a serious felony within the meaning of Penal Code Section 1192.7C23. Now we are on count 2. Now, I got it straight now, count 2. All right? I know I'll get it straight. Y'all got to remember, when I be putting these slides in, sometimes I may get up and do something and come back and think I'm on page 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 and got 4 before I got 5. I mean, I have 5 in front of 4. Y'all got to remember. Okay? Okay, but we are on count 2. Remember, it's just 3 counts. Okay, count 2. On or between September the 7th. Now, I really need y'all to pay very close attention to these dates. The dates is the ones that I need you all to pay. Y'all see how I put the red arrow to the date of September. But remember, there's another date. Pay very close attention. April 23rd. Okay, 2025. Okay, here we go. On or between September the 7th, 2023 and September the 7th, 2024. In the county of Los Angeles, the crime of continuous sex abuse in violation of Penal Code Section 288.5A, a felony was committed by David Anthony Burke, who did unlawfully engage in 3 and more acts of sex conduct as defined in Penal Code Section 1203.066B, and 3 and more lewd and lascivious acts as defined in Penal Code Section 288 with Celeste R., a child under the age of 14 years, while the defendant resided with and had a recurring access to the child. Notice, the above offense is a serious felony within the meaning of Penal Code Section 1192.7C, and a violation felony within the meaning of Penal Code Section 667.5C. Notice, conviction of this offense will require you to register pursuant to Penal Code C Section 290. Willfully failure to register is a crime. Now, y'all see what they're getting at? Y'all see, he's going to always have to register as what? I'm going to tell you. He's going to also always have to register as a, Okay, but notice, conviction of this offense will require the court to order you to submit a blood test for evidence of antibodies to the probable coagulant agent of y'all see, AIDS, AIDS, Penal Code Section 1202.1. Wait now, let's look at this. Now, when you go into prison, you got to submit to a blood test. Is that what I'm saying here? And when you submit to that blood test, they're going to check to see what you got. The capital letter, I'm going to say it like this, just in case. I can say it all together, but I'm going to say it like this. Acquired immune deficiency syndrome. Okay? Which is capital letter A, period. Capital letter I, period. Capital letter D, period. Capital letter S, period. The reason why I'm doing it that way, so they wouldn't say I said that word. You know, I can say it one time, but I can't keep repeating it. Okay? So don't worry about it. Let me do me. Okay? Now, notice. So he's gonna, the same thing Diddy did, and a lot of you all don't know. When Diddy went into the prison system, after he was sentenced to those 50 months or whatever, gonna be longer, I hope. But anyway, they do a blood test to see what you got before you get in there, because they don't want to take out the whole population. So they want to make sure so they know where to put you and how to handle you. How to handle you, where to put you, and what meds that you need to be on. Yes, they do. Yes. So the nurses, they know who got the acquired immune deficiency syndrome. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they know who got it. Yes, and any other diseases you got it too. No matter what you got, what STD you got, they know. And you think all that stays secret? No, because other people with the same thing is right where you are, in the location where you are. So they know who got it. And then when it's time to medication check, when it's time for people to take the medications, people with this disease, y'all get in this line. Because you got to give out, and somebody, these other guys are standing around, that's the pill I take, or that's the pill you take. So why are you taking that pill if you don't have acquired immune deficiency syndrome? Hey, you see what I'm saying? Okay, let's go back. Notice, being charged with this criminal offense can result in mandatory pre-conviction, HIV or AIDS testing, and disclose. I had to say it slow. I don't want to say it all together because I'm trying to not get this taken down. Okay, being charged with a criminal offense can result in mandatory pre-conviction of the HIV and AIDS testing and disclosure of the results to a victim and the chief medical officer of the jail or prison facility where you are incarcerated pursuant to Penal Code Section 1524. .1 and Health and Safety Code Section 12-1055 following a probable cause hearing resulting in a court order. And you go normally giving this to people, without notifying the person that you got it, you can go to jail for this. You can be locked up for this. Y'all. I wonder if they test her. They probably did for everything. Okay. Let me see. Can y'all see that last paragraph here? Notice, upon a felony conviction for the above offense, prison custody time is to be served in state prison based upon the above felony offense being a serious felony defined in Penal Code Section 1192.7 in or violent felony defined in Penal Code Section 667.5C or a felony offense requiring registration as SEX offender pursuant to Penal Code Section 290C within the meaning of Penal Code Section 1170H3. Now, he got to register as a what, guys? Yes, he do have to register now. He have to register. Okay. Whew. I tell you. Let me get the next page out for y'all. Count 3. See, I told you it's only three counts here. And there's only 6 pages. And you can see count 3, it's really short. So that, but this is one of the most, this is something that we all was wondering about long time ago. We all wondered about this. Oh no, count 2 was the one that we all wondered about, but this one too. This was how we know this was not she offed herself or anything or no, somebody unalived this poor child. Okay, so count 3. On or about May 5th, 2025, in the county of Los Angeles, the crime of unlawful, did I say May 5th, 2025? So her body, wait, let's go back. Her body was there from May 5th until I think September or something. Keep those, remember I said keep certain dates in your mind on, okay? Remember, on or about May 5th, 2025, in the county of Los Angeles, the crime of unlawful mutilation of human remains, in violation of health and safety code section 7052. A felony was committed by David Anthony Burke. David D4VD. Let's in violation of the Health and Safety Code section 7052. What happened? A felony was committed by David Anthony Burke. Yes, I did say that. Who did willfully and unlawfully. Willfully. That means he did it of his own free will. Okay? Of his own free will. Mutilated remains known to be human. Specifically, the remains of Celeste R. Willfully. Didn't nobody tell him to do that. Why didn't somebody call 911? Okay. Notice, upon a felony conviction for the above offense, prison custody time is to be served in state prison. State prison, not no little jail cell. No, state prison, pursuant to Penal Code Section 1170. I know I'm a little expert sometimes. I got this. Oh, I'm a little expert. Okay, let me get y'all to the next page. Okay, so that's that page. Here's the next one. Okay, and we're almost done because this is page number 6. No, that's number 5. Wait now, this is number 4. Yeah, this is part of 4. What I did, I broke y'all pages up smaller, chopped them up so I can get, so I have it all on here. Okay. Okay. Notice, conviction of this offense will require the defendant to provide DNA sample. What? To provide DNA. David, you're going to be had now. DNA sample and print impressions pursuant to Penal Code Section 296 and 2961. Willfully refused to provide the samples and impression is a crime. Ooh, Lord. So if he said, I don't want to give my DNA or print impression. No, well, that's a crime. You just committed a crime. That's a crime. You can go to jail for that. Again, but you're already locked up in jail. Well, you can get more time, I guess. I don't know, guys. Somebody help me with that. You know, brother, if you said no, if you know somebody that said no, did they get more time? Okay. But anyway, notice the people of the state of California intended to present evidence that seek jury findings regarding all applicable circumstances in aggravation pursuant to Penal Code Section 1170B and This is another case, Cunningham versus California. I'm not going to go into all those codes, but anyway, notice a suspected child abuser report, which is SCAR, capital SCAR. They have been generated within the means of penal code, which is 11166 and 11168, involving the charges alleged in this complaint. Okay, now, my understanding of that is because of when they charge you with or anything like suspected child abuse, when they put that suspected child abuse report in, then it automatically goes into the penal code for this as being, you know what? Y'all know what I'm saying. You automatically got to sign up, you got to register, you got to do all that other stuff that you got to do. And if you don't do it, notice any allegations making a defendant ineligible to serve a state prison sentence in the county jail should not be subject to dismissal pursuant to Penal Code 1385. What's going to make him not be able to serve? Ain't nothing. That boy is that man is young. He can serve. Ain't got no reason he can't serve. Did he serve him? So let him serve too. Both of them need to be there together. They're going to become great friends. Notice, conviction of this offense prohibits you from owning. Listen to this, guys. Let's go back. Conviction of this offense prohibits you from owning, purchasing, receiving, possession, or having under your custody and control any firearms. Any. That's why a lot of these ninjas get tripped up, because they know that when you got a felony charge, you don't supposed to have none of this stuff. And that's why y'all go to jail for this stuff. And sometimes that's a good thing y'all slip up, because y'all need to be in there anyway. So that's a good way of keeping you in. Okay, you don't supposed to, you can't purchase, receive, possess, or having under your custody or control any firearms, and effective January the 1st, 2018, and require you to complete a prohibited persons relinquishment form, which is a PPR form, pursuant to Penal Code 29810. So if you already have it, if you already know you got those things in your house, oh shit! I'm on my God, and you scared me. Oh my God, y'all have to excuse me. Okay, I know you are, sweetie. Oh my God, you just scared me. That was my baby girl. That was a natural reaction. I had no idea you was coming through. And scared the devil out of me. Oh, scared me so bad. I mean, I almost jumped out of this chair. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, what was I saying? Well, we'll move on. Okay, but y'all know they can't. That's how they get tripped up when they knowing that they can't have a firearm or anything, or in their possession or control, or anything in the house or in the car, riding with somebody with one. You go to jail. Popo stop you. You go to jail. You go right back to the big house. Okay, I declare under penalty of perjury that the foregoing is true and correct, and that this complaint consists of 3 counts. Executive of Los Angeles, County of Los Angeles, on April 20th, 2027. And this is Josh Byers, who's filed the complaint. His signature is there, I guess, or whatever he did. His signature, and then Nathan J. Hoffman, district attorney. And then a signature by Craig Home, the deputy. Okay. Ooh, we got one more. Let me see. Oh, I was reading all that and forgot to flip it over. I'm sorry, guys. I just read all that. That's where I got, okay. And I just got to reading that part here. This is where we're going to start next. Y'all see all of that? So we're going to start here next. Whew. Okay. This is what I really want y'all to look at. Y'all see that big circle there? Y'all see that big circle? Well, but let's look at this. The agency is the LAPD, Robbery and Homicide Department or Division, whatever that is, Department, DE. And then you see, I'm going to just go over what's important. I blacked out a lot of cleared out the phone number and stuff so y'all can't see all of that. And I don't know what that is, but you see the defendant name, David Burke, David Anthony. His date of birth, which is 3/28/2005. And what do you see? What's a bell? The part that's circled, that's the part I want you all to see. What's circled is bell, no bell, no bell, custody, RTN date, April the 20th, 2026. That means the date that they got him in custody, and they already on that same date said, no bail, no bail. You can make a song out of that for him. You can make a song, I didn't get bail. Okay, let me go to the next page. Y'all, I'm just glad they got him locked up. Okay? Okay, let's look at this next page, this second page here. Well, my big arrows and everything. Y'all see all the big arrows and stuff? Oh, let me just see. Okay, where it say the big arrows. Felony complaint, order holding to answer -PC section 872. And appearing to me from the evidence presented that the following offenses have or have been committed, and and appearing to me from the evidence presented that the following offenses has or have been committed, and that there is sufficient cause to believe that the following defendant guilty thereof to wit. Okay. Okay. And you see his name, David Anthony Burke, right here. And you see the where it says CT, those the counts. So right up under you see the CT, count 1, count 2, count 3. And then over to the next, you see charges. And they got the charges listed. PC 187A, PC 288.5A, and HS 7052. Charge range, you see the charge ranges. I guess the ranges for how long sentencing should be, or the range or something like that. It says check codes, check for charge range, check code, state prison. And then across from that is got allegations. And then allegation effect. You see, deaf state prison is LWOP/deaf state prison. Oh my God. Oh, and then PC up under there again. That's written for a second time. Now let's go down to count 2, where it says 6 to 12-16 state prison. I am not sure whether that means 6 to 12 years or up to 16 years. I'm not sure, but got 6 to 12-16 state prison. Now, count two. Remember what count two was, guys. Count two. Let me find it. Count two was dealing with him being a pedophiler, that he have to register. Let me go down to that. Count two. Remember, count two, if the above offense is serious felony within the meaning of penal code, in a violent felony with the meaning of penal code 667.5C, it says felony is a felony was sex conduct as defendant in penal code section 1203.066B, and 3 and more lewd and lascivious act as defined in penal code section 288 with Celeste R, a child under the age of 14 years, while the defendant reside with and had recurrent access to the child, meaning that he was with a child under the age of 14 doing lewd and lascivious things to that child more than 3 or more times. Y'all see that? Now let's get back to where we were before. Oops, no, that's not it. Okay, right there. Let me get back. See? Okay, that's what the count two is. This is 6 to 12. That's 16 state prison. Now let's go down to count 3. 16, 2, 3, prison, plus in dollar amount $0 to $10,000. And count 3 was, let me go back to count 3. Let me show you all the count 3 again. Count 3 right here, where he cut up the body, basically, knowingly and willfully cut up that human remains. Okay? So, okay, and then it says, I order that a defendant be held to answer therefore and be admitted to bail in the sum of, and they don't have no bail amount here because he was denied bail, and be committed to the custody of the sheriff of Los Angeles until such bail is given. Date of arraignment in Supreme Court will be, they don't have no dates here. But let me go to this one other page, y'all. I didn't show you all. Okay, let me see, can I find it? Right here. Right here, where say agency L, no, I think I did that one. Yes, we did. I think we did that one. Okay, now this is the case number. This is for Celeste. They got a middle name, a last name, everything, right? And it's talk about the specimen, the service, and the drugs, the results, and the analysis, right? And you can see the note, AKA Jane Doe. That's what they put it down as, number 550. The specimen may not be titled 17 complaints. Inconclusive due to interfering. Okay? Now, let me just say this. I'm not going to sit here and read this. I'm going to put it here and let you all look over it because we're getting ready to watch a video. But you can see the different stuff that was in her system. Okay. These are the drugs in the center. Specimen. The results of the drugs. Like the first one, if you see it, not detected. The first one, and it's SNS, specimen not suitable. Okay. Then the second one, I can't test, not performed. Milligrams per gram, milligrams per milliliter. You can see all that and everything. But I'm not going to go through all of that. Here is her the details from the body. We're going to listen to this, all the details of the body. Now, remember, you see where these slices that the lines going across her legs? I'm assuming that those are where he may have, allegedly, may have, until proven guilty in a court of law, sliced the legs because the body was in two bags. Bag one, the torso and the head. And remember, an eye was missing. And then the other body parts, okay, like the legs and arms. You see where these lines are drawn and everything? And two of her fingers, the baby finger on the left side and the ring finger was missing. The left eye was missing. Those, and you can see, and then if they're going to talk about the sharp object that was used on her body. Okay, so we're going to listen to all of that and everything. And you all can go and pull this up under the County of Los Angeles Department of Medical Examiners if you want and everything. And you can see the date of the examination, which was September the 10th, 2025. Remember when they found her body? Okay. This is the deputy medical examiner's name. And it's supervisor deputy medical examiner. And then forensic technician. And then you can see date of entry unknown, place of entry unknown, but they got the date that pronounced date and time, which y'all see that pronounced date and time, September the 8th, 2025 at 11 a.m. and date of the examination 2 days later, which is September the 10th, 2025. All right. And this is her death investigation summary. This is the summary. Okay. But we're not going to go into all of that. I want y'all, I'm going to pull up so we can hear about this. Okay. Oh, yes. We got just enough time so y'all can hear the reporting on that. Okay. Let me move this back and get into this. Now, this is gruesome. This is about 30 minutes long. Let me, this is a live, it's with WFLA News, Channel 8. So that information will be down for that news station, Channel 8 News, will be down in my description box below my video, as well as the TMZ podcast, going over her autopsy and the pathology. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna go ahead and watch this. This was live, and this was 4 hours ago. So they went live on this. So we're gonna go ahead and watch it too. Let me get rid of the live feed from them. And we have just enough time to watch it, guys. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start it. And you can see that's the first thing they have up. I'm going to get it. Okay, let me wait until I see them talking. I'm trying to make sure you see them sit down. So They counting down. Okay, here we go, guys.
Major development in the murder against singer David. The coroner's report revealing Celeste Rivas Hernandez's cause of death to be 2 penetrating wounds. The 14-year-old's decomposed and mutilated remains later found in an impound lot in a car registered to the 21-year-old singer. Welcome back into the Stream Center. We were live with this story a couple hours ago. We're back live. I'm JB Buno, joined, of course, by co-host, stream producer Josh Scott. We're getting live on all platforms, so we're going to go through this here once we have a little bit more of an audience so that we can make sure that we're breaking this down for as many people, because we did get a lot of people indicating to us on our previous stream that they wanted to see the coroner's report, in essence, the autopsy, once it fact did become public record. Before we actually activate chat across...
Let me correct that. He's done the autopsy, not the, I said something else, the toxicology. This is the autopsy, I guess. Whatever he does. So I'm correcting that. Without the other one I just said, which is the toxicology. Scratch that from everything.
Platforms, Facebook Live, TikTok Live, YouTube Live. Let's just explain the last hour or so, because California laws when it comes to autopsies and medical examiners reports, it's a little bit, it's not as open as some other states. In fact, I actually had a phone call just a short time ago with the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner's Office, and they say that the actual full report is still on a security hold. So there's still, it's still being released right now. The entirety of the report is still being distributed. It's being distributed slowly. So that's why if you're looking online and you don't see the full entirety of the report yet, you're just hearing about it and snippets of it, it's because of California's particular laws when it comes to medical examiners reports, especially in this particular county, and that there's a security hold on the actual document for the time being. Now, we do have through TMZ, this has been a snippet that has been made public, and we're going to go through this here in just a moment. But before we do, we want to caution our audience that viewer discretion is advised. Some of the things that we're going to be talking about are quite gruesome. It's going to be difficult for some people to hear. We're talking about a victim that is a minor in the form of a 14-year-old girl. Again, her name's Celeste Rivas Hernandez. So some people might find this content to be something that is a little bit difficult to handle, and we totally understand that. So I'm going to give another warning here in just a moment as the audience starts to file in here and people find the live stream. We want to give people an opportunity to find the live stream. But again, it's really important for us to note that viewer discretion is advised, because we're going to be talking about some difficult subject matter in relation to the gruesome way that this murder was carried out. And so and also the aftermath of that, as we kind of hone in here on the medical examiner's report and show you some of the findings post-mortem in relation to Rivas Hernandez's remains. So I believe we actually just went down on TikTok. Is that correct, Josh? If I'm seeing that correct, or no, maybe not. Are we there on TikTok? I'm trying to find if we're still live or not.
I've had to refresh a couple times, and let's see. If you can hear us there, let us know. If you can't, well, you can't hear us there.
Let's go over to YouTube and just see if we're live on YouTube, because
we are up on YouTube.
Okay, that's great. So folks, we're gonna get into the report here in just a second. Please be patient with us because we're getting live on a lot of platforms really quickly. We just want to make sure that we are live on all of these platforms. Josh, if you can look into TikTok for me, because I'm not seeing us on TikTok, and that might be a problem.
Okay, they're gonna go into everything. Let me just try to get closer to it.
To move quick here, once Burke assassination date. So on the same day that Charlie Kirk was assassinated, the deputy medical examiner in LA County performed this autopsy.
This is also 3 days after what would have been her, I believe, 14th birthday.
Right. Okay. So that also makes sense as to why she's being referred to as a 14 and 15-year-old. The cause, manner, and death were determined December 9th, 2025. Okay. So we're going to pause there for a second. That means for a period of, so September, October, so that's 3 months, right? 3 months, September, October, November. Yeah. 3 months total. So a period of approximately 90-ish days. That was when they were able to definitively determine the cause of death, which again, if you're just joining us, is 2 penetrating wounds. I'll continue reading here. A court order initiated by the...
Let me show you all what he's talking about. You see those right over here, the 2 penetrating wounds. but he's going to go into it.
LAPD previously prevented the DME from releasing its findings. So LAPD did not want this information public, and they did not want this released to the public for, we'll get into that a little bit later. Here's a quote now. And apologies, I'm going to try to pronounce this name, so bear with me. Quote, after several months, I am grateful this information can now be released, not only to the public, but also to the grieving family enduring loss, says Chief Medical Examiner Dr. Ode Ukpo. It is unfathomable they have had to wait this long to learn what happened to their daughter. The transparency of the information contained in our findings and reports is essential for empowering the community to make informed changes to effectively reduce fear and allowing the community to take informed action. Making the department's information publicly available is not just about accountability, it is about social justice and prevention. By ensuring access to this information, we strengthen our ability to learn, act, and ultimately prevent the next tragic loss of life. I want to extend my gratitude to our partner agencies for taking the necessary step of filing an order with the court to make this disclosure possible.
Well, I might have it.
Oh, you might have
the
full report. Okay. Let me just really quick, as he's looking at what could be the full entire report, not just the snippet. Let me just read this from the chief medical examiner. It is unfathomable they have had to wait this long to learn what happened to their daughter. So clearly, from Dr. Ode Ukpo, some frustration here that this information has not been made public sooner. That's very loud for an agency like the medical examiner's office to put that in a release. Usually, in covering a lot of cases, medical examiner's office normally it's here's the report, make of it what you will. There isn't really much of a gift wrapper on it. It's more of a here's our findings. They're not an agency known in most jurisdictions to be highly vocal. It's usually we let the science and let our work do the talking for us. Now, I get it. We're talking about Hollywood. We're talking about Los Angeles, California. It might be a different position to be the chief medical examiner in LA than it would be some rural county in Mississippi or Missouri or Oklahoma or some, other section of the country where it's not as high profile. This is a pretty high profile job. But to say that it's unfathomable that they've had to wait this long, pretty loud. Okay, so what do you have?
We have a full 26-page document.
Okay. And 16 minutes to break it down? I don't think that's realistic. I don't. Let's start with the snippet, and let's go there, and let's show everybody. Again, viewer discretion is advised. Some of the subject matter here could be gruesome. This is a warning to our audience across all platforms that some of this could get a bit unsettling for people, given the graphic nature of the crime, and so viewer discretion is advised to all listeners, watchers, regardless of platform.
So when you say snippet, do you want to go? Are you talking the press release they put out, or are you talking
the imagery? The
imagery from
let's you know what? Yeah, let's look at this first. And this is something that was originally posted by TMZ, and now this obviously is in the full report. Right?
Correct.
You've been able to confirm that, and it wasn't a separate secondary document. So, Josh, can we zoom in here on page 1 of 2?
Yeah, I'd like to actually pull this up in the main page if we're good with me scrolling
That's
to
fine.
it on the main document.
Yeah, let's do that. Just as long as you can navigate it, that would be great.
Here we go. Here's the 1 of 2.
Okay. So here's the 2 wounds that we are talking about, and it would believe that we have one above the torso, basically between, in the rib cage area, the abdomen area. What's the numbers there? So defect is going to be obviously the wound.
3/4 of an inch, it looks like.
So 3/4 of an inch. That's going to be the length of the
defect
of the defect, the wound itself. 3 to 9 o'clock is obviously the direction of the wound itself. Not that it went 3 to 9 o'clock. They're just describing here in the medical examiner's report the angle in which the penetrating object went in. We see here, I can't read the cursive that well here. I know I had a transcript of it here too. I can bring that up. I believe it says that those are 2 descriptors as to where it is location-wise on the body. But is that 1.5 inch depth?
Which one are we talking about? Which bullet?
On the left.
1.5 inch depth.
1.5 inch depth. It's a little small on my screen, everybody. Forgive me. So 1.5 inch depth is how far the penetrating object went in. The actual size of the cut itself is about 3/4 of an inch. On the right, so the right wound now, this is actually closer to the armpit. It's a defect, a wound of 9/16 of an inch, 15 inches from the top of head, 6 inches left of midline, 2 inches deep. So a little bit of a deeper wound here. That's it, I think, for the notes on on the first page, right?
Correct.
Okay, so let's scroll down now because the second page is a lot more detail and a lot more information.
There's a lot
Again, a
more
reminder
here.
for those of you just finding this live stream, viewer discretion is advised. A lot of this can get really descriptive and graphic, and viewer discretion advised to everybody regardless of platform. All right, page 2 of 2 now. Let's start top down here, and we'll because of that, we'll work on the right side. Long black, that's obviously long black hair, partially skeletonized. That means that obviously parts of her bone structure are exposed. Globe not present means that her eye has suffered such advanced decomposition that it is not there. I mean, that's the way that I read this, unless that there's some other note in the document that we haven't seen yet. Globe not present is the eyeball, and the eyeball could not be there. The reason it might not be there is because of advanced decomp. Intact hardware present in the mouth. I actually don't know what hardware present means. It could be
braces.
Yeah, it could be braces. It could be a gold tooth or a full. It could. I don't know if it would be a filling, but it says intact hardware present. Then they go down to the defect, the wound itself. Some notes there, and then let's focus. And again, I know this is graphic, but we're gonna focus in on the left hand here. Okay, the medical examiner noting that 2 fingers are absent. Now, I would be very surprised, and I would need another medical examiner or a retired medical examiner to explain the notes here for absent. But that whether or not that could be chalked up to advanced decomposition, I'm going to say that would surprise me. Not an expert, and I want to look in the camera and just let everybody know, not an expert here. But absent, I don't know if they are referencing the fact that the 2 fingers on her left hand there were cut off, or what happened to those 2 fingers, we don't know, but it says absent. All right, so now let's go down the left side. Let's scroll up a little bit here, Josh, and it says globe with extensive post-mortem changes. That reads to me as advanced decomposition. So her right eye is present in the autopsy. However, extensive post-mortem changes means likely just has broken down so much that it doesn't probably resemble much of an eyeball anymore. 9 inches top of shoulder. So let's get over. I think that some of these lines here, and it's probably elsewhere in the report, but a lot has been made of this imagery already. These lines here could be sever points. We understood, of course, that the body was found dismembered, and with these lines that are being drawn, it doesn't say it here specifically in this diagram, but that's very well what that could be. On the right hand, it says shush. Oh,
yeah,
tattoo.
A tattoo with
shush.
shush.
Okay, and then if you scroll all the way down to the feet, there's a note for obviously the anklet that's around her that basically says that she came in as a Jane Doe initially, and then you have multiple linear abrasions on her right hand here in the second diagram. You see that there, Josh, on the right, multiple linear abrasions. So I'm not exactly sure how to describe that. And then if we scroll up there, I think there's some other notes. Yes, the multiple defects there as well on the right side. Okay, we only have a few minutes left, unfortunately, because of Stream Center availability. So what else is noteworthy in this report that we can highlight while we have a few minutes left?
Well, it's a long report. These are obviously going to be, we'll probably talk about most out of it.
Yeah.
The same one he got, allegedly.
Here's drug
is this toxicology?
It appears to be.
Because I haven't seen this yet. This is just coming out. So, and I'm trying
And again, here we go.
Oh, okay. So here's
I assume ND is no data.
Yeah, scroll up. Is this the beginning of a section of this report?
Laboratory analysis summary report.
Yeah, the Department of Medical Examiner. So
alcohol present.
Right.
All of this.
Okay, scroll on down. Yeah, this is a list of possible.
So bunch of ND, which
substances.
is not found, no data. The 2 inconclusive are designer opioids and methamphetamine.
Okay, let's continue to scroll only because we have a few minutes left. And all right, so yep, there's and then we have
basically the the indexed version.
Yeah, and then here are the redactions. All right, so let's scroll back up to there's clearly going to be a lot to break down in this report. What we're going to do is we are going to break down this report. But while we have 5 to 6 minutes left on stream, let's just isolate HeyJB and HeyJosh comments, which we do on every stream. If you put in HeyJB or HeyJosh with your comment, we can put you up on screen like this, like Sean saying hello on YouTube Live, and we'll try to take as many questions or comments. And again, that's only done to help provide clarity for a complex story that we are covering. That's part of what the Stream Center does. We're trying to help explain these stories that have so many nuances and intricate details. So if you put HeyJB with a comment, we can pull it up like this. Yeah. Solominati says, "Hey Josh, is this crazy?" Yeah. Right. This is crazy. This is the horrific murder and dismemberment of a 14-year-old, soon to be 15-year-old girl. I think this falls under crazy. User CU, I can't even say it. What is the main cause of death? 2 penetrating wounds, according to the medical examiner's summarization of this lengthy report. Scar says, so Arian wants to know, when did this report come out? Today, really in the last hour. They have a lot of hoops to jump through in LA to get this report out, and it just took a little bit longer than expected, but it's out now.
And they clearly wanted this out before the preliminary hearing tomorrow.
Yep. Yeah. Again, 8:30. Well, if we can stream it, we're going to stream it. You can tomorrow. Yeah. What's the language? You could subscribe.
You're going to want to follow us on TikTok. We're going to be streaming from TikTok tomorrow if we can stream from there. YouTube as well. WFLA, all WFLA socials will be streaming this. Look for us there. But again, right now, best time, follow us now while we're live. Subscribe to us on YouTube as well. We'll be live with it if we can bring it to you.
Yeah, and just putting up comments over a report like that, I'm just not a fan of that. So we're just going to put up some B-roll from the story. It's Chazzy. HeyJB, let me ask, do you think he will get the death penalty? It doesn't matter if he gets the death penalty or not as far as sentencing, other than perhaps it being a moral victory for the prosecution / Rivas Hernandez's family, provided that there's a conviction in the case. Again, if there's a conviction, it doesn't matter because California has a moratorium on the death penalty, so there will not be an execution with this case. Can he be sentenced to the death penalty in a very what's the word I'm looking for, in a way that just basically announces the severity of the crime? Yes. But will he actually be executed? Not in the state in which this crime was allegedly committed. The toxicology report, can you read up on that while we...
I will. We do have it, toxicology report.
If everybody can, maybe we can stay live for a little bit longer if we're willing to work around the Stream Center availability issues that we have. In fact, we're going to mute mics here for just 1 second. Look into the talks. We're going to mute mics for 10 seconds.
They're checking to see whether they can go live. I'm going to speed it up.
Because real quick, just answer this question, Cheryl. I didn't hear anything about 2 fingers being missing. So that's new information on her left hand, her ring and pinky finger.
They are reporting that 2 fingers are missing. The pinky finger and the ring finger on the left-hand side.
Absent. That's something that would be quite hard to miss if they're looking in a enclosed space like the frunk of that Tesla. They wouldn't have missed 2 fingers. Let's put it that way. So the 2 fingers being absent is curious, and also there's a lot of don't know. There's so much that we don't know, and I don't even want to dive too far into speculation. What I will say is that we have to, because we are over time here in the Stream Center, we have to take about a 90-second break. We'll be back in 90 seconds. Mic's down for 90.
Positive. Again, the confirmation screenings for the benzos and
exactly it was done and who these analysts are and where.
And again, it is a 26-page document that we just got while we were live.
Yep.
But again, we'll continue and confirm as we go on. But those are the 2 that were either inconclusive or presumed positive. Again, the confirmation screenings for the benzos and the methamphetamines, inconclusive. The first screening, they came out as presumed positive. And so that's why you run a confirmation.
For those of you just joining us and just finding this live stream, if you could scroll back up, Josh, to what we broke down earlier, or if it's up or down. Yes, this is the medical examiner's report for 14/15-year-old Celeste. And actually, I did not know her middle name. I did not know that. She's been commonly referred to as Celeste Rivas or Celeste Rivas Hernandez, but I see it there. Celeste Abigail Rivas Hernandez. the victim of a horrific murder and mutilation. Her remains found in a Tesla in September of last year, September 10th of last year. I believe was the date, right? That was the date that the remains were.
Yes.
So, and in a Tesla that connected, of course, to singer David, the 21-year-old singer. I've seen his genre of music described in a couple of different ways. How would you describe David's genre? What is he saying? I've seen
it's somewhat
alt pop.
I think that's where where I was going to go with that.
Which I always found to be a bit of an oxymoron, because isn't popular music mostly mainstream anyway? So alt pop, so it's like it's mainstream pop that is not necessarily.
It's interesting. Someone compared his music and said that David's music is inspired from the likes of XXXTentacion and Tyler the Creator.
Yeah.
And if you've heard it and you hear that comparison, you go, oh, okay, I can kind of hear the draws from that. But yes, it makes sense. If you know SZA, it makes the sounds.
Do I
very
look like I know
similar.
SZA? I don't know SZA.
I don't like
Well, if you know SZA, it would make sense as to why that type of music opened her show.
I know who SZA is, but
okay, I didn't know if
not
it was making your playlist or not.
It did not. It did not make my. She does not make my playlist. No disrespect to SZA, by the way. I'm sure she's extremely talented. Just not the. So just to get a general idea as the type of music, I do understand a lot of David's story from being on Twitch and his frustrations with not being able to use certain music tracks, and then to make his own music, and then to have the sudden realization, oh my goodness, I'm really talented and I could do this. I can become somebody in the music world, and then to make it all the way from doing some casual streams online to basically being at Coachella. That's an enormous skyrocket trend to fame.
And on that, a lot of these comments are answering that question too. How would you describe David's music? And it is dark. His music is consistently
the song that I know is Romantic Homicide, which let's we didn't talk about this on the previous stream, so let's actually address this now, because there were people who the song is called Romantic Homicide, and I'm familiar with that song, but I that's the only song I really of David's that I'm really familiar with. But at the same time, like that came out years prior to the allegations here, so just as it seems plainly obvious, but for those who are just learning of this story for the first time, we can definitively say that there is no connection there, a direct connection between the lyrics of that song and the allegations that he currently faces. There are some people who point to that being quite ominous, and for somebody to have a hit song by the name of Romantic Homicide, and then here we are with the death of this young woman. My goodness, it's absolutely terrible. But to say that the song was written or inspired, I think it's fair to say. I think it's fair for all of us to say that obviously one predates the other as far as the song's lyrics predating the death of Celeste.
And there was a
Rivas
song,
Hernandez.
unreleased David song he created, named Celeste as well.
Yeah.
Very different lyrics, but still there are within his music, there are things that at least would, as you noted, a little eerie, especially given everything.
Right, but to your point, you're saying that a lot of his songs, and I'm not really familiar with his music library, so a lot of his songs are dark in tone.
I didn't know who he was before, but I heard his songs, and I don't like his music, and I don't like the videos. Okay, and I don't like none of it. Okay, but guys, let me just say this. I thank you all for being here in this live today. Thank you for coming. Just if you have any questions or anything, put it in the chat. And if you got some information or know of more information that I haven't covered or come up on something, send it to me. Y'all know how to get in touch with me. You can send it to me or contact me through my Instagram or my Facebook, but do Instagram because I probably will look at it. Instagram and also you can just put it in the comments and let me know, just in case there's something I didn't cover or video you want me to see related to this, or something that you all found out that they're not even covering it. Okay, because you may have friends with that information. All right, guys, I do want to thank you all for being here and everything. So I'm going to go ahead and say, I really want to go. But I'm going to go ahead and be closing this out, and hope everybody have a good rest of the evening. And if you come across anything, please just let me know. Okay, thank you, guys. And y'all have a good restful night. All right. But if anything do break, I will be coming live just in case anything breaks. Y'all will see me. You'll see me coming. All right. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.